just got done watching episode 6 of Agatha all along, and man, oh man, this episode was truthfully incredible. I could not believe that we were getting, again, so many answers. We got answers literally as soon as the episode start. Found out that Lilia is the one that put the sigil on him. I mean, we found out so much stuff from this episode. It was so good. I loved the way that they blended everything together in their own freaking way, and it just works. It just works for me so well, and I loved it. And chat loved it too. I mean, you can see right here, chat is going crazy about this episode already. So let me know how you guys felt about this episode as well. I loved everything that we got to see from this episode. It is so sad that William Kaplan had a loving family, loving parents, trying to do everything. Literally, they were even still together just so they can keep that family dynamic going with them. Like, all of that was just beautiful, and all of that was just also very, 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 very sad. We find out that Billy on the night of his bar mitzvah, that is when all of this sad stuff goes. And not only that, but that is when he ends up meeting Lilia. He meets Lilia at his bar mitzvah. She can sense his power. She knows what's going on. She knows it's going to be intense. And she immediately goes to write that sigil because she knows things are about to go down. Like, she knows it's about to go bad. And I love the fact that there was so many hints to it being like Wanda, because it's like all curvy and it looks like a W and it looks like an M and all this stuff. And I don't think we might ever get an answer as to why that is, but it was still really, really great to see how that worked in that way. And, we just got like a subtle reveal that it's possible that Billy really recruited every single witch on his own because he kind of sought them out. Because he already knew who they were. He's seen every witch, and every witch had seen him at except for, like, Jennifer. She didn't see him. But he saw all of them at some point, and that was just crazy. That was all wild. I'm pretty sure a lot of people assumed that, it seems, not assumed. We all thought that, we all thought Billy was Billy from the jump, and it was awesome to see that Billy was Billy. And we see that he definitely was trying to figure out what was going on, and all, like the dynamic between him and his family was incredible. I love the way that they were. It was also really dope to see that little bit of information, you know what I mean? Knowing that Wanda's hex was so strong that it started broadcasting on all radio stations. Like, it wasn't something that was just one thing. No, it was everywhere. It was on everything, and that was awesome. That was definitely amazing to see. And then when we see them crash, that was so sad. At that point, Billy died. Billy was dead. I mean, the car hit exactly where he was, and it's just that's all so sad. And to see how his parents immediately, his parents immediately start spazzing. They immediately start tripping because, of course, their son is not okay. And that, again, another heartbreaking thing to see is that his parents were just good parents. They loved him. They really wanted the best for him in their own way. And, unfortunately, he died. And that's super sad. And I love the fact that they kind of put it in there to where it's like, he hears his brother. The last thing, like, his first memory is him saying, "Good night, Tommy," and Tommy saying, "Good night, Billy," and then boom. Like, oh, so sad, yo. It's just so sad. It's definitely very, very sad, very, very heartbreaking, the way that they kind of mixed everything together. And then when it was all, and the way, this is something that really stood out to me. I said this during the episode, but Joe Locke is an incredible actor, because at the moment when he looks into the mirror and he sees his own reflection, and he clearly is looking confused, like, who is this person, right? Who is this person? What's happening here? It's because his soul has been transferred into this body. That is a person that does not understand who he is. And I guess I can explain that for some of you guys who may not understand what happened. The way that Billy Maximoff is in William Kaplan's body has not been fully explained, but what has been explained is that William Kaplan died in that car accident. As he died, Billy Maximoff's soul inhabited his body, and then once he inhabited that body, he became William Kaplan. William Kaplan's memories are gone. All of that is gone forever, right? Billy doesn't know about any of that other stuff. Like, he doesn't know anything. He just act like he did to relieve his parents. He probably read their minds in crucial times in order to act like he knew what was going on around him. And just that was all just so sad. And to know that he was in that way, he was like that for 3 years. You know what I mean? 3 years. He was 3 years. Billy Maximoff was in William Kaplan's body before any of this stuff even happened. And 3 years, Agatha Harkness was trapped in her spell from Wanda Maximoff. So all of that stuff lines up the way that we kind of theorized that it would. And once Billy enters into William's room, we clearly see that everything about the Witch's Road is heavily influenced by Billy Maximoff, excuse me. I mean, literally, the entirety of the room is filled with all of the movies, all of the shows, and everything that has been referenced so far in Agatha all along. Like, damn near every single one of them. Like, damn near everything. And we also know that he was very much a magic user. Not a magic user, but a magic enthusiast. He loved magic. He loved everything around that. And that was just another amazing thing to get kind of, and that's another one of the reasons why Billy probably chose to do that, right? Like, it's probably one of the reasons why Billy's soul wanted to go to William Kaplan, because he was already magic. He already had latent magic abilities, for a lack of better words, right? So there's a lot of things that are going on here, and I really want to know what it means to see that his influence was on that. We also got the reveal of Boyf. We saw Boyf in this episode. We have no idea who Boyf is. We didn't really find too much out about him either, but it did stand out to me that he was not concerned in any way of any of the stuff that Billy told him. Like, nothing. You know what I mean? Like, not one thing about, like, that guy. Like, we don't know anything, right? But the fact that he was not worried about the magic or anything, it makes me feel like he's an alien. And he even asks, like, is it aliens? Right? But he's like, no, it's witches, right? And I feel like all of that is because he himself may be an alien. I mean, we know that Skrulls have been hiding on the planet for a while, and all that other stuff is going on. So if he was an alien, it would not be hard for him to basically believe anything else, because he knows he's an alien. So, it would be dope to see that. We didn't really get too much information about Boyf, but he was a ride or die. He was a ROD. That's something that really stood out, and I really, really, really liked all of that. Yo, I appreciate you for the super chat, Prasad. I hope you're having a good day today. My guy said, do you think Evan Peters will play Tommy? No, I don't think Evan Peters will play Tommy. I think Evan Peters is going to play Ralph Bohner in this reality, and we may see him in Secret Wars as Quicksilver, but it will be the X-Men version of Quicksilver, and it will not be the one that we have here. He is Ralph Bohner. They did everything that they could to let us know that for sure. It's not anything bigger than that, unfortunately. But it was really cool to see that Billy has been 100% diving deep. Again, thank you for that super chat. I really do appreciate you. He was diving deep. He was trying to do all of the lore and figure out everything was going on. He found other witches, everything. Like, he did all of the things, like, for real. And it was really awesome to see that happen. That was just really crazy to see him being all up in there. And then it was also really cool to see how much it was also really cool to see how much other people were reacting to what Wanda did, right? That was something that I did not expect. They definitely, after we do get the introduction of Ralph Bohner, you know what I mean, aka Bonerific 69. Terrible, bro is just so cringe. But it may be very possible that he basically, I don't remember what I was about to say, but it does show us that they were tripping off of Wanda stuff. The government came through and said it was just an Avengers trial. All of these things happened. Yo, another super chat. I appreciate you, Prasad. And it was just really amazing to see all of those things kind of go together. I think Bohner is a person that could, I think honestly, this gives Boner a little bit of a redemption. Like it is a little bit of a redemption to what's going on with him and who he is. I can't underestimate that Boner family reunion T-shirt Agatha had. I loved that Boner family reunion, and I think it even said something about pitching a tent or something. Like all of that was wild and super hilarious. Oh man, I love that. Hey, and thank you for the $5 holla once again, yo. Big shout outs to Prasad. And it was just really cool to see the way that Ralph kind of remembers everything so differently from everyone else. He did have it so much harder than everyone else. And also to get that point of view of I can't do these things, you know, I can't do this, I can't do that, I can't do that, and I can't do this. Like they couldn't move, they couldn't talk, they couldn't do any other things. They just had the script to go off of. Like it just shows how powerful Wanda is and how much Wanda was really doing all together at one time. And then it's like it makes complete sense as to why he was terrified about everything that was going on after the fact, right? He's like, bro, I don't want to talk about this. I don't want to go through this. None of it. Like, I don't want to have to deal with this stuff because it's too much. It's too much. You know, it's just too much for me. And it was very sad to see, again, it was just really sad to see how much his parents loved him. Like, it was so sad. Because on one hand, you know, it was just very just heartbreaking, man. It was just hard. Like, look at that look in his eyes, bro. Joe Locke definitely brought his A game in this episode as well. I think that's very safe to say. He was acting his ass off in this episode for sure. And I loved it. I loved it. I love everything he did. Like, he really did a fantastic job of capturing Billy Kaplan and Billy Kaplan and William Maximoff. He really did a wonderful job of capturing the vibe of both of those characters. You could see that William was obviously super different. He was obviously a super different person beforehand, and then in the end, he became it just made me so sad for those parents. Like, really, it made me so sad for those parents. Like, oh, bruh. But it was awesome. It was also really, you know, they're really letting you know. They're really teasing the fact about Wanda right now. That's one thing I will say. They are teasing the Wanda bit very hard, right? They're talking about either, you know, they're like, yo, she's dead. Maybe she's not. Oh, no, she's dead. No, wait, is she? You know, like they're doing all of that stuff. And then we see him write down, you know, clear as day here that his mama is dead. Wanda Maximoff dead. So it is kind of common knowledge that Wanda is kind of, you know, dead. And I mean, again, if she's not dead, that is terrible because that means she knows her son was alive. So yeah, she's pretty much dead. Like, she's dead. It's kind of, if you guys think she's not dead, then that's a huge plot hole for a lot of stuff. You know what I mean? So she kind of has to be dead in order for anything else to happen. So yeah, you know what I mean? That is that. I mean, it's there because that's what's going on. They've said she's dead multiple times in the show, but just because she's dead doesn't mean that she can never return, right? That's one thing that you have to understand with Marvel. Of course, they always talk about no body, no death, but that's not how that works all the time, you know, right? So she dead. And I think it's just so much more likely that they have to resurrect Wanda than Wanda is just alive and she never knew that, you know, her kids were alive. Like her son Billy was alive. You know, because she was searching for them. You know, it just makes it it's a little plot holey right there. So it's a little plot holey. So, you know, it's safe to just really hone in on Wanda's not around and she dead. You know, there is nothing there is nothing that shows that Wanda is alive, and there is everything that shows that Wanda is dead. So it's safe to make the assumption that that is what's going on, and they will have to do something about Wanda coming back somehow, some way. And I think they will. I mean, they will do something about it. So you just look out for that. But, you know, it was also really dope to see the history of Agatha and how other people have kind of been talking about Agatha and how they see her. And it's kind of like one of those things. it's kind of one of those things to where, hey, like it's kind of one of those things to where it's like, what's the word? Like Keanu Reeves, right? Keanu Reeves has been seen in hella stuff over the years. They always find people back in the day that look like Keanu Reeves, and they're like, yo, bro is a vampire. He's been around forever. All of this stuff, right? All of this stuff is there, and I love it. So, and it was dope to see the reveal that he is, in fact, looking to, find Billy. Because I know a lot of people were like, oh, he's looking for Wanda at the end of the Witch's Road. No, I don't think that's going on. So that's that. I really, really think that this episode was fire. And something that I also loved was being able to see the other POV of him breaking into Agatha's house and like talking to her and stuff. Like that opposite POV stuff is something I really live for and I really appreciate. I love seeing stuff like this. It works so well in shows all the time because, well, yeah, it works so well because you're able to see things oh, shit. I'm sorry. I did not mean to do that. My bad. But you get to see so many things happening, so many things occurring around. It just works really freaking well, and I love it. I love it, yo. I love it. We also got to see, after we see the other POV of all the things that were happening, I love that we get to see this part right here where he's like, "Oh, Billy Maximoff. Oh, da da da. I'm William Kaplan. No, I'm Billy Maximoff. Yo, I appreciate you for the super chat. Yet another $5 holla. Thank you very much. It was just really dope to see her lean in and then to actually be able to hear the things that he was saying. I love stuff like that. For real, for real. It works so well. By the end of the road, I guess we will see Wanda reincarnated, but also Agatha getting powers of good. I might be wrong. Hey, that's a good assumption to make right there, brother. I'm not gonna lie to you. That's a good assumption to make, and I really do appreciate you for the $5 holla, and I hope you have a good rest of your night. We know that we're gonna be going into whatever the next trial is with just Agatha and Wiccan. I'm pretty sure that's safe to say at this point, and I am so pumped about that too. I mean, they have literally given us all the things that we need in order to figure out what is going to happen next in the show. And I know a lot of you guys are on the side of Agatha can be redeemed, and I hope that we can, as these episodes go by, like, those are the two things I kind of want people to kind of come to grips with, is that Agatha is evil and that Wanda just may not be here. You know what I mean? Like, those two things seem to be very, very critical things to know. Hey, welcome to the Super Fam. I appreciate you for joining the family. Seeing Agatha and Billy talk right here, right? It was just really dope to see, her express her feelings, him express his feelings, and then she's just like, I've killed people. People die. People don't die. You know what I'm saying? It just be like that. It just be like that. And I am so down for it. And it definitely showed us that, it showed us that the Black Heart may have been Billy, and it's not Rio, and it's not Mrs. Davis. It's neither of those things. Welcome to the Super Fam. It's neither of those things, right? What it actually is, is something completely different, right? Like it's all just something completely different. And this show has done a fantastic job of continuously, I don't want to say string us along, but just letting us be, giving us all of the Easter eggs, giving us all of the clues that we need to find the thing out, and then to either find it out or to not. It just does a really good job of that, and I loved this episode for that unequivocally, and I hope you guys did too. There were so many revelations in this episode, seeing Agatha and Wiccan chilling and talking and yapping together, and seeing her flat out just be like Billy Maximoff, and then to be like, and for him to be like, oh, the sigil is gone, and for him to be like, yo, I don't need you anymore, I got power, and then it just doesn't work at all. It's just, it's just amazing. I love the way that all of these things have been weaved together. I think that not only, like, it does make it a little weird because I guess that means they don't have a green witch, right? because they would have still needed a green witch, and Billy is not a green witch, but maybe he is a green witch, but he can do mind control, so I'm not sure what type of witch Billy could be, but still, it's definitely something there. And I think I just saw someone say something about, so Lilia drawing the black heart was the sigil working and her not being able to write his name, right? So that really is fire. Like, that's really fire. That's really fire. Hey, I appreciate you for the $5 holla, Sedna. Sedna says, so Lilia is the entire reason for Multiverse of Madness. She put the sigil on him before he died, so Wanda could not find him. Unfortunately, no. That doesn't work. Unfortunately, that doesn't work because it took 5 years. No. Maybe. I mean, maybe. Hold up. No, you might be right. You might be right there. Nah, you might be right there, Sedna. You might be right there. Sedna, I think you actually are cooking. Yeah. No, Sedna, you're hella right, actually. Holy shit. Whoa. No, you're right, Sedna. Oh, my God. She couldn't find her son, but Wanda's so strong. There's no way that sigil could stop her. I don't know, maybe though. Yo, Sedna. Sedna in the chat, because that is a really good comment right there. Like, that is a really good comment right there. I gotta save that one. I gotta save that one. Cause that's good. I'm gonna have to make a whole video based around this comment right here, yo. Sedna, I appreciate you for the $5 holla. I'm definitely diving deeper into that for sure. Yes, yes to everything you just said. Yes to everything you just said, Sedna. It's all Lilia's fault then. Yeah. Yes. Yep. It is all Lilia's fault. Are there 2 chat bubbles going on right here? No, it's just one. Yeah, it's just one. And then Thiago with another $5 holla. I appreciate you. Wanda didn't know about Billy in William's body because the sigil was cast before Billy's soul entered William's body. Yo, that's crazy. Y'all came through with like the same realization at the same time. That's a W. I appreciate y'all for the super chat, and I will dive into this further. I'm definitely deep diving into that even further than what we just talked about right now. Thank you guys for the super chats, and thank you for the wisdom right there. Okay. So, yeah, I loved this episode, and I really hope you guys loved it, too. Let me know how you guys felt about it in the comment section down below. Next week's episode, I do not think it's going to be Lilia's just yet, because we still have to have that episode of Agatha and Tommy in that Sanctum Sanctorum thing of the metal boxes all around them and the lights going above them. So I think they'll do the next trial by themselves, and then in the next trial after that, maybe that's when Lilia and Jen show back up. Just maybe. I wonder if Billy is going to remember that it was Lilia that put it on her and I put it on him, and I wonder if Lilia is going to remember that she did it as well. Like that, yeah, like that's cooking. So, yeah, that's fire. And if Billy is in fact the black heart that was on there, then it is 100% his trial that is next. So the trial would only be for both of them. So the trial would be for those two, for sure. All right.
If you guys would like to support Marv Bros, all you gotta do is visit our website at www.marvbros.com and buy some merch. Represent a superfan. Or you can join our Patreon to get early access to content, patron-only scoops, giveaways, private Q&As, and those sacred watch parties. We appreciate you guys. We'll catch you on the next one. Excelsior.
On today's pop culture news update.